Hello, beautiful souls. This is your energy update for the week of December 22nd through December 26th. We're in the final week of 2025, right? Week 52, and welcome to the Soul Card Studio. I am Porcha, your astro-numerologist and guide. And this week we are guided by the King of Spades, y'all. So this is the card of self-mastery. And actually we're getting a double dose of that energy this week because, this month is ruled by King of Spades, right? December is the King of Spades month. So this week, the final week of 2025, let me clarify. This is the final full week of 2025, right? We still have some days left next week in this year. But, the King of Spades is the master of the mind, the strategist, the one who learned every lesson and now rules his reality with clarity and wisdom. So are you embodying that type of energy right now? And if not, then we're learning to master that this week. And so also this week, we have the Winter Solstice behind us, right? The Winter Solstice took place on Sunday, right? December 21st. Starting on Monday, the 22nd, that energy is still present. And we're in Capricorn season on top of that. And we have Christmas at the center of this week. And so the universe is asking you to rule with wisdom, but also with discipline and grace. So this is your moment to step into true mastery and close out 2025 with a bang, right? And step into 2026 shiny and brand new. If you master yourself, then you master and conquer the world, correct? So let's dive in and check out the astrology update for the week. Okay, this week the moon travels from Aquarius, right? So it enters Aquarius on Monday, December 22nd. And remember, Aquarius energy is innovative, is future focused, is very visionary. So, this is perfect, right, to support us in our vision for 2026. And as I said before, with the new moon energy still right there on that cusp, you're still good to still plant those seeds of attention. Now you're under the moon of Aquarius in order to support that. Now, Tuesday through Thursday, which is December 23rd to the 25th, we still have the moon in Aquarius, and this is perfect for social energy, right? Creative energy, social energy, perfect for gatherings, collaborations, heartfelt conversation. So we're in the right space at the right place at the right moment with this energy, because as you know, a lot of us will be celebrating the holiday season around family, doing a lot of gatherings, parties and whatnot. And so this energy is right and supportive for that. Now on Friday, December 26th, we have the moon moving from Aquarius into Pisces. So this is more or less about emotional integration, reflection, and dreaming big for 2026, because we know that Piscean energy is very visionary, but it's more an intuitive vision with Pisces, right? Because Pisces is a very intuitive, a very illustrative, a very dreamlike state kind of mentality sign, if you want to take it there. They're very spiritual people on top of that. So the vision that you may have now under the Pisces moon, it may be more of a spiritual vision, right? And so we have to look at the energy as it comes in, but definitely allow your intuition to guide you during this time under this Piscean influence. And still, we're under the Winter Solstice energy, right, that occurred on Sunday, December 21st, which is the shortest day of the year and the longest night. So the momentum of light is starting to return back to us, right? Because as the days move forward from here on, they'll start to get longer. So the sun over this week will kind of be right under that equator. And as we know, a lot of us or a lot of people celebrate Christmas as the birth of Jesus, but it really is tied to the relation of the sun movement. And so we can say that the sun is born again after the 25th because we can see that the sun rises above the equator. So with the moon in waxing crescent phase, we're growing stronger each night, and it's building momentum towards the full moon of 2026. Now remember, the sun entered into Capricorn also during the winter solstice on the 21st. And so we're launching off Capricorn season this week. And so this is a season of structure, focus, discipline, right? Capricorn don't play. because it's a sign ruled by Saturn. As you know, Saturn is not a fun planet, right? Saturn is is the planet of restrictions. So this is not party energy, y'all, right? This is not that. This is more or less energy to help you structure your life in such a way that you can build an empire in 2026. How about that? And so this week blends the energy of Aquarius and Pisces and invites you to think strategically and compassionately as you design the life that you want in the next year. We have the energy that's supportive for that this week. And so this is a very visionary energy, and it's perfect for the King of Spades on top of that, because the King of Spades is the master strategist, right, out of the deck. So you have every tool in your toolkit this week to build the life of your dreams, not only with the vision, but strategically, because we're in Capricorn season and we're being guided by the King of Spades. This week in numerology, we kick off Monday under day 7 energy. So this is a spiritual wisdom day. And so this is a great day to reflect on what you've learned in 2025 and connect with your intuition. And remember, 7 is a very introspective number. So you may find yourself taking moments to yourself in order just to reflect. So it's a good idea just to set a timer for stillness, right? Maybe set 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you can do 20 to 30 minutes worth of stillness on Monday, it will greatly benefit you and give you clarity in which direction, you want to go into 2026 with. Now on Tuesday, December 23rd, we actually have day 8 energy. So this is a power day. This is the day of manifestation and abundance. This is the day to bring into form what you contemplated yesterday, right, on Monday. So whatever you got clarity on Monday, Tuesday is the day to act upon it under that 8 energy, right? So this is the number of abundance. And so this allows you to step into authority and claim what is yours, right, as the year ends. Now, on Wednesday, December 24th, which is Christmas Eve, we are in day 9 energy, right? So we're completing the cycle here on Christmas Eve, which is perfect, right? So this is perfect energy for forgiveness. I know a lot of people, you're going to be around family. Maybe you said something or did something to someone that you shouldn't have said, maybe 3 Christmases ago, or whatever that scenario is. Or maybe you have a habit of bumping heads with a family member, or this person triggers you. Now's the time to have those heartfelt conversations and have it from a place of peace, right? And end that cycle with that person. So on Thursday, which is actually Christmas Day, December 25th, we are starting all over again, y'all. We're starting a new cycle on Christmas, which we're under day 1 energy. So this is new beginnings, right? So leave whatever you had in the past. This is a great day, like I said, to move forward in a new way of being and a new way of thinking, because this 1 energy allows you to take the initiative. 1 is the spark, right? It's that burst of first energy. And so you need to take action on those 1 day, because 1 is a very action-oriented number as well. So this just means fresh start, right? We all get a fresh start on Christmas. Rebirth, family, renewal. So it's all under this energy happening on Christmas Day, under this day 1 energy. Now, as we move into Friday, December 26th, we are under day 2 energy, which is partnership day. So this is a day of harmony, a day of collaboration, a day of cooperation. And so this is really a great time for you to kind of reconnect, to harmonize with others, but more so with yourself, right? Make sure that you're in alignment with yourself. And then also nurture your closest bonds. So whoever you're close with in your family, nurture that. Maybe it's your kids, your spouse, or another loved one. But remember, on the day 2 energy, to make sure that you're in harmony with yourself first, right? So, and then 2 is also another intuitive number. The 2 and 7 are your intuitive numbers because they're the moon numbers. And so with that day, right, we're starting the week off in reflection, and then we can also end the week off in intuition and reflection as well under that day 2 energy. And so this week is really calling us to really close what no longer serves us, no longer is working for us in this life, in this lifetime in 2025, and move in with renewed energy in 2026 under this week, right? And so actually, it's kind of like we're in that in-between stage between the old and the new. And so the light and the dark, right? We're in that in-between time because, as I said, the sun is still hanging low right before it peaks, right there after the 25th. And so it can be a little quasi kind of moment, meaning you don't know which direction you're going because we're still kind of fiddling around in the dark, but the light is starting to illuminate your path. And so you're going to experience that this week with this energy in numerology as well. Close out 2025 in alignment, not burnout. Grab your divine aligned candle and journal to bring peace and purpose and divine timing into your days and to relax this holiday season. You can get 15% off all candles and journals right now on the website with the code holidays. Just go to thesoulcardstudio.com/shop, pick out your journal and your candle that aligns with you best. Again, these are tools to help you on your journey and help you transition into 2026 with ease. Now, of course, if you're looking for more, I do have the calendar for 2026, and that is our cardology calendar here for Soul Card Studio. And this calendar is more than just a calendar. It is actually a learning tool. So educate yourself each month as we have powerful monthly affirmations, also monthly journals, and then we have the daily energy. As you can see, each day is marked with the card energy of the day. So grab your calendar. It's a digital download, all for $11.11 right now. So awaken your soul and find your path right here at soulcardstudio.com. So the card for this week is the King of Spades, as I mentioned before. And you know, this card is a very powerful card, the most powerful card in the deck, right? It's the most evolved card in the deck. And so the purpose of the King of Spades is to dream it, then do it with flawless execution. And its message is the key to happiness is to basically blend imagination with the art and science of self-mastery. Now, the card's high vibration is self-mastery, enlightened leadership, and powerful decision maker. Now, the shadow side of this card is paralyzed and paranoia, also being extreme workaholic, laziness, a drill sergeant, right? So those King of Spades can have that type of energy rocking with them under this card. But actually, the King of Spades is the King of Mastery. And so really what it's representing is mental sovereignty, self-discipline, strategic brilliance and vision, also authority learned through experience, calm leadership through chaos, right? So they're the ones that remain calm through the storm. And so this is what we are being invited to learn what to embody this week, right? All that I just said, we're learning to embody this energy this week. And this is going to help us master ourselves going into 2026. And so remember, the King of Spades has mastered his mind. And so he doesn't react, he responds. He doesn't wish, he builds. And he doesn't chase, he commands. And so if you're operating on the high side of the vibrational energy of this card this week, and you'll be a badass, right? Self-master, leadership through integrity, strategic long-term vision, confident, calm, grounded authority, leading by example, not by force, right? You're leading by your power and not by force, right? Your presence, right? Your presence should speak volumes. You shouldn't have to say much, right? Because that King of Spades energy is just that. It's regal in its being. And so if you're on the low side of this energy this week, of the King of Spades energy, then you're probably going to be experiencing a lot of emotional detachment or rigidity. Controlling tendencies, right? Again, the king does not control. They rule through power, but not through force. And also using intellect to dominate others, or overthinking or refusing new ideas, because sometimes, you know, we can be very closed-minded under this energy, or you could be just having a flood of different ideas and different things and thoughts come into your mind at this time. And you may be just at the point of paralyzing yourself, right? Analyzing and then paralyzing yourself and not taking any action. So watch out for that low side vibrational energy of the King of Spades this week. So the truth is, the King of Spades asks, are you ruling your life, or is your life ruling you? Right? Are you the master of your domain, or is somebody else controlling that for you? And so this is a really good time to ask yourself that question as we close out 2025, so you can create healthy boundaries going into 2026. So again, the King of Spades is inviting you to reclaim your sovereignty, right? To claim your powerful authority of self, not over others, but self, right? Self mastery is what we are achieving this week. We're not trying to control others, right? That's not how you master yourself. You master yourself through your own sovereignty. And so once you reclaim that part of yourself, trust me, everything else falls into place so much easier. So the mantra for this week that this card brings up is, I am the master of my mind and the architect of my destiny. I rule with wisdom, clarity, and power, right? So embody those qualities of the King of Spades this week. And trust me, you will have a week of mastery, but not only that, but also integrating that self-mastery into something powerful for next year. Okay, it is journal prompt time. So grab your Divine Online journal and go ahead and start writing. And as I say all the time before journaling, it's always good to clear your mind. So take a deep breath, maybe 4 deep breaths, do the 4-count breath, right? And reflect on the question before you just start writing, right? Because you want to write from the subconscious and not the conscious mind. You want to tap into that heart center. So make sure you're centered in your heart before you start journaling, so you know that you're pulling from within and not just, off the top of the dome and thinking logically. Because this is a heart-centered practice, right? We are in heart season. And so we need to deal with our emotions, straightforward. So the first journal prompt that I have is, how am I still giving my power away? Right? How am I still giving my power away? Because again, this is the King of Spades month on top of the King of Spades week. And so we need to look at, where are we giving our power away? Where are we not creating boundaries and letting other people overstep us or belittle us or put us down, or we're acquiescing and doing things that we know that we don't enjoy doing? Because we need to be leading from the heart, right? And the heart is all about joy. And if you're in a situation, a job, a relationship, whatever that is, and you're giving more and then receiving, then you really need to take a step back and see how this relationship, job, or whatever situation is benefiting you. So how are you giving your power away? A great, great question to ask right at the end of 2025. And the next question, how can I lead with wisdom instead of reaction, right? How can I lead with wisdom instead of reaction? And this is a perfect journal prompt for this week, because we are entering the week of Christmas. And so with that being said, we're going to be dealing with family, and we already know that there's a lot of triggers that can happen when you're around family, things from childhood trauma, past incidents, whatever. So you really need to see where you're reacting, right, versus stepping away, right? Sometimes it's better not to engage in the argument. It's better to walk away from it and come back with a clear head. And so you really need to see where you're just reacting, just going off the cuff, because reaction, right, that's not spiritual. Reaction is going off a past trauma or a past emotion and just going straight into it from 0 to 60. If you are truly leading your life through a heart-centered moment, then you will step back and realize that we're all human, even the person that you're engaging into this argument or situation with, or who's triggering you, and that we all make mistakes. But you don't have to find yourself always engaging into lower vibrational activities, right? Someone always wants to bring you down or bring your energy down, then you need to move around. So how can you lead with wisdom instead of reaction? So this week's birthday, if you have a birthday this week, happy birthday to you. So let's celebrate the energies of these birthdays this week, and let's see who gets an extra cosmic upgrade, right? So on Monday, December 22nd, happy birthday to you if you were born on the 22nd. And that is a 9 of hearts today. So you are also the 9 of hearts. And that is the universal love card. So you're here to give and receive love at a soul level. So your gift is boundless compassion. Your challenge is learning to love yourself as deeply as you love others. Your energy boost this today on Monday would be also it's a day 7, right? Universal day 7. So those who were born on the 2nd, the 7th, the 11th, the 16th, the 20th, the 25th, or the 29th of any month, or if you walk a life path 2 or 7, you get a boost this day too. So you get the chance to reflect, recharge, and reconnect to your higher self on Monday under the day 7 energy as well. So happy birthday to you if you were born on Monday, December 22nd. Now, happy birthday to you if you were born on Tuesday, December 23rd. You are the 8 of Hearts, right? And also we are under Universal Day 8 energy. So the 8 of Hearts, though, that is the birth card for Tuesday. And if you were born then you are the emotional power card. Master your feelings and channel them into action. Your gift was emotional magnetism. And also, fun fact, the 8 of Hearts is also known as the Playgirl or Playboy card, right? If you were born as the 8 of Hearts, or if the 8 of Hearts shows up somewhere on your chart, just know that the opposite sex may be taking notice of you, right? You may have women or men coming at you, and that may be the theme of your life if you were born on the 23rd under that 8 of Hearts energy. So, of course, that leads to your gift, which is emotional magnetism, but your challenge is to balance the intensity with grounding. And again, under the day 8 energy, anybody who was born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of any month also gets a boost on Tuesday. And so this is your manifestation, leadership, and abundant moves are being favored on Tuesday if you were born, or on the life path 8 if you were born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of any month, or walk the life path 8. So Wednesday, December 24th, which is Christmas Eve. If you were born on Christmas Eve, then you are the 7 of Hearts. Also that day is a Universal Day 9 energy. So if you were born on the 24th, you are the 7 of Hearts. And this is also known as the spiritual love card. So this is about divine connections and truth and relationships for you. And your gift is seeing the soul in others, right? You see beyond the physical. You can actually see within. And your challenge, though, is trusting earthly love, right? Because 7 is such a spiritual number, it deals in the realm of intuition. And so sometimes it's hard for 7s to be in the mundane world. So learning how to ground your energy in your love will definitely be your challenge in life. And again, that being a day 9 energy, anybody who's born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th, or walk a life path 9, then you get a boost on Wednesday as well. And this is going to be perfect for closure, healing, and forgiveness for you. Now, Christmas Day, which is Thursday, December 25th, we have the 6 of Hearts, but also day 1 energy. So the 6 of Hearts is also known as soulmate card. So this is the card of karmic relationships and divine love lessons. And so your gift in life is emotional wisdom. And your challenge is knowing when to release and when to stay. So, being the 6 of Hearts, you probably stay in relationships a little bit past their prime, right? You get stuck in certain situations out of comfort. And so this is your challenge in life, to overcome that, to move with clarity, but know that, and trust and know that you'll be okay, whether you're with someone or not. And also with it being a day 1 energy, we also have those who are born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, I'm getting good here, the 31st, and also the 28th of any month, and the 31st. You are getting a boost on Christmas Day. And this means that you have bold beginnings, leadership, and heart-based decisions to make. So that's your energetic boost. And that goes for anybody born on those dates of any month. You get that boost on Christmas. Now, on Friday, December 26th, it is the 5 of Hearts day. So happy birthday to you if you were born on Friday. You are the 5 of Hearts. Also, that's day 2 energy. And so the 5 of Hearts is known as the adventurous heart card, the lover of freedom, emotional variety. Your gift is teaching others that love can evolve and expand. So, the 5 of Hearts can be, how can I say, the card of the polygamist, right? Many loves, poly loves, right? Fives don't like to be tied down, probably not a person of commitment, right? They like freedom, they like variety, they like to switch it up a bit. And I know I said that 8 is the playboy or playgirl card, but 5, they play loose and hard and fast too. And 5 is also the number for sex, right? So a lot of sexual freedom when it comes to this 5 of Hearts energy. And so again, teaching others so that you can expand, evolve, and expand. And then your challenge is commitment without confinement, right? Being able to commit without confining yourself. Because again, 5s like to play it hard and loose. So with that day 2 energy though, people born on the 2nd, the 7th, the 11th, the 16th, the 20th, the 25th, or the 29th of any month, and also who walks the life path 2 or 7 also gets a boost on this day as well. So the extra boost you get is focus on emotional connection and intuitive partnership, because 2 is the number of harmony, and it's the number of partnership, and it's a balanced number, right? Because 2 is that balanced number. So people in that 2 energy are often seeking partnerships or cooperations or some type of collaborations. So, but hey, everybody who's celebrating this birthday this week are all Capricorns. So this is your season to claim authority, build structure, and rule with reality. So happy birthday, kings and queens. I hope you have a wonderful birthday this week. All right, as we close out this final month of 2025 as the King of Spades here in December, remember that you are the king, you are the master, you are the sovereign authority. So this full week, the last one of the year, the universe is handing you the crown, but it's asking you, will you wear it with wisdom? The King of Spades doesn't hope for a better year, he builds one. So with the Winter Solstice bringing back light and Capricorn demanding focus, Christmas is infusing our heart with renewal. You have every cosmic tool to close this year as the sovereign in your life. This week, 52, guided by the King of Spades. Remember, beautiful soul, the king doesn't ask for permission. He decides, right? We're not asking anymore. We're coming in and we're doing, right? We're not asking for permission. You may ask for forgiveness later, but you don't ask for permission up front. This is the year to make those changes, to plant those seeds of intention and watch them grow into something fruitful into 2026. So may you close 25 with power, celebrate the holidays with presence, and enter 2026 as the master of your mind and the creator of your world. So stay radiant, stay sovereign, and stay royal as we move into 2026. And as always, trust the process, but more importantly, trust yourself. I'm Portia with the Soul Card Studio, your astro-numerologist and guide, and look forward to seeing you back here next week. And if you like what I put out here today, please like, subscribe, and share this information with those that you feel can benefit from it. We're all being affected by this energy, so please share it around and let people know what's going on and what time it is. Take care and enjoy your holidays.